Rolling with the triple C, I'ma make them bend the knee. Rolling with the triple C, don't really count the heat.
So why is Triple C coming back? Why is Henry Cejudo coming back? That's a question for me. It's a question for a lot of you guys. You guys look behind me real quick. You guys see all that? Can I show off for a minute? Youngest in history to ever win an Olympic gold medal in 2008. 2-division champ in the UFC. You know, being the greats like Demetrius Johnson, TJ Dillashaw, Dominic Cruz, Marlon Moraes to capture at least 3 of those Hall of Famers are going to be in the Hall of Fame. You know, I guess the 100K, I guess I'll count that one too within 6 months. But that being said, why am I making this comeback? Guys, when you've accomplished everything, you've reached everything that there is to do in sports, you know what you want to do? You want to relax and enjoy it. You're bored. You just like, what's next, man? Why do I have to deal with this pressure of fighting? Or why do I have to take an elbow, knee, and all that? Guys, it's plain and simple. People at times, they need that time to rekindle the love of competition. To me, it wasn't necessarily the sport, but just having that drive, having that chip. This is why I'm able to relate to a guy like John Jones quite a bit. Is because once she started winning, you just start getting, it starts getting boring, or maybe that's not the right word. It doesn't get exciting anymore. Of course, there's a lot of matches that I could do, but to me, I'm a conqueror. To me, I always like to go up. I always like to do certain things to always be different. Like, you know, you are a reflection of your mind. If you really truly start to think about it, you are a reflection of your mind on what is it that you are. You're able to manifest it through the dance of the sport of mixed martial arts or wrestling, whatever that may be. Like, we're a reflection of this process. You know, having a chance to take these last 3 years off pretty much, which they haven't been off because I've been able to coach and, you know, help out the likes of Zhang Wei Li, Davis Figueiredo, Yuri Prochazka, John Jones, Demetrius Johnson. I mean, all these guys are all current champions or former champions where I've been able to help them retain their belts or win their belts. It was cool, but I also know that there's a window of opportunity for me to be in my physical prime. And my plan was to never really come back. And if you guys didn't know this, I remember it wasn't a surprise to Dana when I did announce my retirement for my last fight with Dominic Cruz. He knew. I had conversations with like, Dana, I'm happy with my career. I'm happy with my credentials. I've done all that. Like, my biggest thing was like, all right, man, what is that's going to subsidize that? Yeah, and it was a bag of money. You know, and even now, guys, like having a family, like, to me, it's cool. I mean, I hate, especially now that I started training camp. Yeah, I don't like being away, but that's also part of the sacrifice that has to take place, you know, in order for me to not see my wife or my daughter as much, or it all becomes about you for these, you know, for my next time until I actually fight. It was more of me really, or it's more of me really understanding what is it that I could do. It's more of me actually rekindling my love for the game, for the love of the competition, and then doing it. And then it's not even proving it to nobody else but to myself, proving it to my mind, proving it to my body, proving it to my will. You see, I'm a conqueror. MJ did it. If there's anybody that could do it, I mean, the dude won 3 championships, took a year off, and came back and won 3 straight. I mean, things and stories like that are inspiring to me, but they're also motivators because I know that everybody individually is different. Like, we all have a different DNA and a different chemistry in the mind. And I'm here to push it. Like, I'm not just done with Aljamain. You know, my overall goal, and I'll say it again, is to go up to 145 pounds and do something that nobody has ever done. So what is it? What is it that's allowed me to come back? And I was never really going to come back until I really started feeling that itch. I was really never, ever planning on doing it. So I'm making good money here now. It's that spirit of competition. It's like within me again. There's another mountain that I want to conquer where nobody has ever stepped foot in. I mean, you guys think about it. I'm in a mountain of my own. 2-division champ, Olympic gold medalist, and not in kickboxing, not in boxing, in the hardest sport in the world, which is called wrestling. The spirit of competition is back, and I even get scared by it. Michael.
So are you ending the rumors right now then that a lot of people said when you retired, okay, all Henry's doing is trying to fake retire to get paid more? Was that never your intention?
No. Of course would I have liked to get paid more, but I knew I wasn't gonna get paid. I knew that I wasn't gonna get paid, and it was I loved how I left on top. I loved the fact that I left as a 2 division champ, on top of my Olympic gold medal, and I just love my stats. Like every fighter and every fighter, like every fighter, every wrestler and their goals. Like this is why a lot of wrestlers, I'm sorry, when they win the Olympics, they just retire. It's almost like forever they will be on top. Forever they are undefeated. You see what I'm saying? That's not a bad way to do it, because, man, when you win the Olympics in the sport of wrestling, woo! The first time I retired even from that sport, it was the same thing, 3 years. And for wrestling, I learned a lot of my past from the sport of wrestling, because in reality, in wrestling, I didn't want to come back. Even when I came back in 2012, my heart wasn't in it. You see what I'm saying? Not for that no more, because I respected the sport so damn much. But my ability was able to take me really, really far. I mean, for a 3-year layoff to make it to the semifinals at the Olympic trials, I was 1 match away, and it was a very razor close thin match against Nick Simmons. You guys gotta watch it. One of the best, most exciting freestyle matches ever. I mean, we threw up scores like you guys wouldn't believe. Ended up losing a close one to Simmons, but that allowed me to kind of bring that chip on my shoulder once again. It's like, hey, you know what, guys? My physical body is not done yet. At the age of 36, this is the strongest, this is the fastest, this is the wisest I have ever felt. And it's before you try to conquer a UFC bout, it's really conquering your mind. It's really having a hold and creating the perfect team to be able to create the perfect storm and to be able to unleash it on somebody, and then just say, okay, not only did I tell you so, but I knew it. I knew it. And like I said before, guys, I'm a better competitor than I am a fighter, and I think those are things that actually makes me tick. Sometimes people think you want to train harder, you want to do certain things. Sometimes, why don't you just take a step back? Why don't you just fall in love with the game and study it and really understand the concept of the game before you come back? Because it's not always this. It's not always, oh, you need to do more of this. No. Sometimes you know what you need? You need a nice extended break to really decide who are you as a fighter and what is it that you actually want to do. So thank you guys again for watching. It means a lot to me. So you guys remember, there's more breakdowns, there's more technique, there's more tactics, and there's definitely more cringe. So make sure to subscribe and click on that button. I'm out!